And welcome back to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW as College 56 Sports proudly presents NCAA Division I Athletics. Tonight, it's the conclusion of the second annual IPFW Invitational, pitting the host team, the Mastodons, against the 23rd ranked team in the nation, the University of Washington Huskies. Hi again, everybody. I'm Ryan Perrott. So glad you've joined us this evening. With me, my broadcast partner, Mark Franke. Mark, both these teams are playing good volleyball up to this point. IPFW comes into the match at 1-1. The Huskies at 2-0. What do both teams need to do tonight to be successful?
Well, Washington is an outstanding team. It'll be a real pleasure to watch them play tonight. IPFW needs to execute technically all parts of their game, and that's something they've struggled with a little bit this year, so tonight they'll have to be on the top of their game.
A very big match for both teams. In fact, the University of Washington has two local talents on their roster.
Carolyn Farney from Fort Wayne Concordia and Bree Haggerty from Defiance High School in Ohio. Both have local connections, obviously. Both played club ball out of Fort Wayne, so it'll be fun to watch them.
All right, it's the finale of the second annual IPFW Invitational, the starting lineups, and the first serve after this. You're watching College 56 Sports.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Every August, when most school systems or institutions begin their fall classes, there's at least one something new on campus. That holds true at Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne. This month on IPFW Up Close, we'll take a look at what's new and what's still to come. My guest will be Chancellor Michael Wartell, Vice Chancellor for Financial Affairs Walt Branson, and Physical Plant Director David Danielson. Join us Sundays at noon on College Cable Access Channel 56 for Up Close and find out what's new at IPFW.
Haggerty. She's a 6'2" sophomore from Victoria, British Columbia. Number 11, Darla Myrie. She's a 5'11" senior from Olympia, Washington. Number 13, Kara Borklin. And she's a 6'1" junior from Yugoslavia. Number 21, Sonia Tomasevic. And now, the starters for your IPFW men's she's a 5'10" freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Number 2, Nicole Howe. She's a 5'6" senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Number 3, Sarah Flowers. She's a 6' sophomore from Lower
evening, everyone, and welcome to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. Alongside Mark Franke, this is Ryan Pratt calling the action in the women's volleyball match between the University of Washington Huskies and the IPFW Mastodons. The conclusion of the introductions are being made at this time. IPFW enters this finale with a 1-1 mark. The Huskies of Washington University at 2-0.
I think, Ryan, as we said in the pregame, we want to pay special attention to number 10 on the Washington side, Bree Haggerty from Defiance High School, and she also played club under Colin Leiter here locally. So local connection there as well as on the bench, and maybe we'll see some time tonight as number 4, Carolyn Farney from Concordia High School.
IPFW in their home whites. They will serve first. Starting lineup for them, Lindy Bankowski will serve first. Janelle Pollard, Fabiana Souza. In the back line, in the front row, Nicole Howell, Kirsty Solberg, and Lindsay Brammer. The starters for Washington University, Courtney Thompson. The setter, Caitlin Leck, Libba Lawrence, Bree Haggerty, Darla Meyer, Kara Bjorklund, and Sanja Tomasevic. We are underway. The finale of the second annual IPFW Invitational. And net violation right away gives first point and possession to the Huskies, a team loaded with offensive talent, Mark.
It's an unfortunate error because we had dug that ball. Had a nice serve to force them to go outside on their first set.
Tight pass and a back row attack there on Lindy Bankowski gives the second point to the Huskies. Washington ranked 23 in the nation. This is their star setter, Courtney Thompson. She's a 5'8" freshman out of Washington. Nicole Howell tools the block for her first kill. Nicole Howell has been the offensive star over the course of the last 2 days for IPFW, Mark.
Certainly last night, Nicole Howell played the most consistently, both offensively as well as defensively for the team, and they've moved her to next to the setter, which puts more pressure on her. We'll see how she holds up to that tonight.
Brammer takes second ball. Nice coverage there. Thompson back set. And there's the put away by number 21 in purple, Sanja Tomasevic, the 6'1" junior outside hitter out of Yugoslavia.
Our defense was playing up. I don't know whether that was by design, but I think we may have to move back to at least the base positions against this Washington team.
There's a nice pass right away. Good sign for Coach Hartley's crew as Solberg tees off on the backside. IPFW, just like last night when they played Ohio University in the first match, they're giving up a big height advantage at the net, Mark.
Absolutely. I think we're going to give up a height advantage all year long.
Back serving, Nicole Ray. Into the middle, nice shot, number 11, Dara Meyer.
One way we can neutralize the height advantage to some extent is to serve tough, which reduces the number of options their offense has and allows our block to set up a little earlier.
Entering this match, the University of Washington defeated the Middle Tennessee State Ball Club in the first match yesterday, and then earlier today in an epic battle early this morning, they took on Ohio University, and that went for the Huskies, pulling that one out. Down ball for IPFW in transition. Souza sets Solberg on the right side. Nice spear job there in the backcourt by Thompson. IPFW deflection in the middle, Souza. And a lift's going to be called in the middle. Good time to introduce our number 1 official, Rod Rodriguez. He's being assisted by Bill Thornburg on the floor.
Our timing was still a little off on that, but it's early in the match, and hopefully they'll work that out. It was a nice long rally.
Nice turn into the middle by number 13, Kara Bjorklund. What an offensive presence she is for the Huskies. A year ago, she hit .397 in the middle.
For the season?
For the season, an unbelievable number.
In the women's game, that's a really good number.
There's the backslide by Souza. She's able to put that down for her first kill of the match. It's 5-4 Huskies. Back serving is Janelle Pollard, number 10 for IPFW, the junior out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, Southside High graduate.
Nice pass and the termination by number 10, Bree Haggerty. 6'4" Huskies. The offensive numbers for Washington University, coached by Jim McLaughlin in his 3rd season at the helm, 14th overall, is astonishing. Ball played up by Bankowski. Here's Howell. She covers her own ball. Howell. And Solberg goes long. 7-4 Washington.
That play was set up well. I think if she could have kept the ball in bounds, we'd have had a kill there. That was a release set. When the setter does not handle the second ball, they go to a release, and in that case, they go to what we call the pipe position, the middle of the back row.
Nice shot there down the line by Fabiana Souza. Out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil, the sophomore who led IPFW a year ago in kills, 591 on the season. And another net violation, this one being called on Lindsey Brammer, number 11. 8-5, the University of Washington leading IPFW here. Early in game one, we're glad you're with us here on College 56 Sports, the finale of the 2nd annual IPFW Invitational. Bjorklund's jump serve passed up by Leffers. Left side, Howell off the hands and down. Nicole Howell, what a weekend she has had. The 5'10" freshman, Bishop Lures graduate from Fort Wayne, Indiana, has been playing stellar volleyball on the left side for head coach Cully Hartley, Mark.
Yeah, she certainly is a bright spot in this early in this season. She's the only freshman out there. The rest are returning starters. Lindsey Brammer wasn't quite ready for that.
And that shot is long point. IPFW, they trail by 1-8-7. Last night, IPFW looked a little bit lethargic. Their ball handling a bit sloppy. Tonight, their assessment early.
Oh, they're not lethargic at all. They've come out well prepared to play. They're executing fairly well, which is what I said the key would be for IPFW.
Howell gets another swing on the left side. She's dug by Haggerty. Off the hands, over the top, and down. Sanja Tomasevic. 6'1" on the outside. A year ago, she was all-conference honorable mention. She was 2nd on the team in kills at just under 4 a game, 413 on the season. Unbelievable number. Huskies graduated their star player, Paige Benjamin. She was a first-team All-American a year ago for Jim McLaughlin's crew. That's an overpass on the free ball by Leffers. Crucial point. It's now 10-7 Huskies.
We have to be very, very precise with our back row ball handling because in there we had a back row setter. She couldn't go over the net to deal with it. Plus she's only 5'4", so the back row has to deliver the ball where she can play it.
Thompson with the jump serve. It's a better pass there by Leffers. Back set, Howell, and she misses the block. Point Huskies. It's now a 4-point lead, 11-7. Courtney Thompson, big shoes to fill there. Gretchen Marr, she was an all-10 Pac-10 selection a year ago, the star setter for the Huskies. And Courtney, the freshman, the only setter registered on the roster for Coach Jim McLaughlin. She's doing a nice job thus far for the 23rd ranked team in the nation. With that point, the Huskies lead 12-7, and with that, we'll take a break. You're watching IPFW Mastodon Volleyball here on College 56 Sports.
Hi. I was wondering if you wanted to go out maybe or something, if you had time.
I can tell by your excitable behavior and verbal faux pas that you have generalized anxiety with paranoid tendencies. It would never work.
Okay, thanks.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Don't miss Judy and Me, the ultimate Judy Garland cabaret tribute. From the trolley song to Over the Rainbow, audiences are absolutely dazzled by Rhonda Wood's uncanny resemblance to the legend known as Judy Garland. Live on stage at IPFW Williams Theater, September 13th at 8 p.m. and September 14th at 2 p.m. All seats are $10. For tickets, call 481-6555.
In the finale of the 2003 IPFW Invitational Volleyball Tournament. Set into the middle and termination there by number 11, Darla Meyer. An overpass there by Kirsten Solberg.
That's an indication of why Washington's one of the top 20 teams in the country. When you make a mistake, they make you pay for it. That was an excellent transition play by them.
IPFW needs to settle down here on the ball handling. And there's a service ace, that'll help. 13-8 now for the Huskies. Nicole Meyer back serving, number 2. In white for the Mastodons. Nice pass there by Candice Lee, the libero. IPFW, nice scramble defense. Free ball here for the Huskies. In transition, back set, Thompson. Oh, nice up. And the tap down there by Meyer. Nice up by Lindy Van Kasky in the back row. Mark, they're not going to be able to block a lot of balls, perhaps touch and play better defense than they did yesterday.
Yeah, when the ball goes on top of the net, what we call a joust, that's where the Washington height will help them. If that was purely a height play, not a strength play, that caused the ball to come back on our side.
Substitution, Nicole Ray will come into the back line to serve for IPFW. Lindsey Brammer will come out. 14-9 Huskies leading here early in game 1. Tight pass, Sia. Souza all over that. Easy overpass. Great serve by Nicole Ray to set that one up.
And they had a back row setter over there in Washington, so Souza knew that she could hit it straight down. She would not have a block in front of her.
This is one of the areas of the game that the coaching staff of IPFW wanted to focus on. Good serving. They were able to serve tough, try to get the Huskies out of their offensive rhythm.
Our serving has been pretty good, not outstanding, but pretty good, and you just want it pretty good early in the match. Our passing has struggled a little bit in the last 5 points or so.
A year ago, the Huskies hit 287 on the season. They held their opponents to 194. There's a nice dink shot there by Fabiana Souza, in the middle. And that's another key, I think, for IPFW. We didn't get a chance to mention it last night, but Fabiana Souza was quiet. She was the offensive leader a year ago. She needs to step up big time. And there's a nice put away there by Bree Haggerty in the middle.
Well, last night, the problem with IPFW is that the ball handling wasn't very good. The setting was off, out of sync, and so we really were out of system all night. And the middle is not going to be very effective in that kind of situation.
Pollard on the left side, and she sneaks it through for her first kill of the evening. Nice shot there by Janelle Pollard. She's rewarded. She'll go back and serve. IPFW trailing University of Washington 16-12. Thompson sets left, and Hagerter tees off again over the top of Lindy Bankowski.
I think we have a break right now because their short setter is opposite our short setter, and so they kind of cancel each other out that way.
A good matchup. See if IPFW can get by, and that one is in the court, catching the line. Great jump serve ace there by Haggerty, and she's come out here on fire.
Good call by linesman Chris Wilder. Remember, we're supposed to brag about how good the linesmen are. Chris Wilder and Lisa Moreland, 2 alums from our women's program here from the glory years when we were Division II.
Stuff block at the net gives another point to Washington. They lead by 7, 19-12. Coach Hartley wants a quick substitution. Checking into the game, number 7, Amanda Pfister. For number 2, Nicole Howell.
Coach Hartley did that last night. When Nicole Howell struggled a little bit, she brought her out temporarily to let her settle down so she didn't have to play out of the problem. An upperclassman, you need to have play out of the problem, but not a freshman.
Tomasevic off the hands. Ray plays it up. Solberg out of the back line, and she hits it long again for a second hitting error. 2012 Huskies.
I think what's happening on that pipe set out of the back row is that big block is causing our hitters to think too much about it.
Nice pass there by Solberg. Souza jams it off the hands, out of bounds. Good shot. That previous rotation is the rotation that gives IPFW the most difficulty. Lindy Bankowski's in the middle front, and there are only 2 options to each pin. Perhaps they can run Fabiana up inside, but that rotation has given IPFW a lot of difficulty this weekend.
And I think that's part of the reason why Howell has been moved to the next 2 positions, so she's up there to give us a little more offense in that particular rotation.
A good look there at the offensive IPFW. Bankowski on the right front. Lindsey Brammer And Amanda Pfister up front, 21-13 Washington. Here's Kara Bjorklund with the serve. Passed up nicely. Here's Souza to the back line, and she got it.
You're absolutely right about Sosa tonight, Ryan. She's hitting the ball hard. In fact, I was watching her this afternoon in the match, and she was hitting it harder than last night, but still not real hard. So she's obviously pumped it up more for tonight. She ought to. This is a good team she's playing.
Ball played up, scrambling, and unable to control is Souza. IPFW does look a lot more energized, if you will, tonight than they did last night against Ohio University.
Absolutely. The score doesn't necessarily show that, but there's a tremendous improvement in the quality of IPFW's place from last night.
Jump serve passed up. Solberg on the left side. Over the top, dug up by the libero, Candice Lee. Nice chop inside, Sanja Tomasevic. Another kill for her. That's 4 here in game 1. 23-14 Huskies. Look at the setter, Courtney Thompson, jump serving it up. Into the middle, Brammer's dug. Going on to Solberg. Nice coverage play by Leffers, the libero for IPFW. And that ball is injected at the net by Tomasevic. And Coach Kelly Hartley wants to talk things over with the Huskies leading IPFW 24-14. Coming into the night's match, as I mentioned earlier, IPFW was 1-1. Just to recap the second annual IPFW Invitational, on day 1 of the tournament, the Huskies defeated Middle Tennessee State in 3 games. Then in the nightcap, IPFW took on a very talented MAC opponent, the Ohio University Bobcats. Ohio taking that match 3 games to none. Earlier today, the very first match, Ohio University took on the University of Washington in an unbelievable, epic 4-setter. Washington pulling that one out. IPFW then took on Middle Tennessee State. IPFW won that match in 5. After winning the first 2, losing the next 2, and winning game 5 running away, Ohio University then took the 4 against Middle Tennessee State, and they won in 4. And here we are in the nightcap, IPFW in Washington. So Washington at 2-0. Even if they do lose tonight, they will be the champions of the second annual IPFW Invitational Tournament. Ohio University,
Coach,
Jeff Carlston.
Head coach Arnie Ball from the men's team, and just up there, he's back from some overseas play.
We'll perhaps get a chance to discuss that a bit later on. Ohio University runners-up, and IPFW will finish 3rd, with Middle Tennessee State finishing 4th. That's a recap of the 2003 IPFW Invitational Tournament. Nicole Howell will check back into the front line. Amanda Pfister comes out, 25-14, Huskies leading. Perfect pass there by Leffers. Souza out of the back line. She's dug. And the put away there by Sanja Tomasevic. Nice shot there by her. Earlier today, Tomasevic in the match against Ohio University had 28 kills, 4 errors in 58 attempts. She hit 41%.
The impressive thing about Washington, Ryan, is not that they're doing anything particularly outstanding. They're just doing everything very well.
Consistently high.
They're consistently at a high level. They're executing well. They're taking advantage of our mistakes. They make very few. There was one of them, but they make very few mistakes. They're just a well-drilled, well-trained team.
And IPFW must play clean volleyball in order to be successful.
Absolutely.
See if they can chink into the 12-point Husky lead, 27-15. Not on that play, Tomasevic. Very versatile. Not only can she swing from the left front, she can also swing from the right front as well. Nice set there by Courtney Thompson.
What we just saw was the same issue we saw last night, where the defensive players aren't moving their feet first. They're trying to lean.
And there's a service error on the part of the Huskies.
That's 2 in a row for them. Right after I talk about how they don't make mistakes, they have 2 service errors. I better shut up. Bernie, our director, said, keep talking, and maybe I can jinx them instead of jinxing us.
And tit for tat, another service error, that one by Nicole Ray in white. It is now game point for Washington, 29-16. Serving is number 11, Meyer. And that ball pulled straight down into the net, and that's the end of game one. University of Washington beating IPFW 30-16. We'll take a break, check them stats, and get ready for set number 2. You're watching IPFW Mastodon Volleyball here on College 56 Sports.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Dr. Matthew Kubik is an architectural engineering professor at IPFW who utilizes his experience to teach his students one-on-one.
So it's really shoulder-to-shoulder learning that we're looking at problems together for the first time.
Dr. Kubik also is the director of the honors program at IPFW. His ability to teach on a personal level allows him to educate to the needs of his honors students.
They want more conversation. They want a closer contact with professors. They want interactive learning in the classroom.
He is thankful for the advantages of a combined classroom of young students and students who are returning to college after years in the workplace.
That mix of students creates a classroom environment that is exciting, that's vibrant.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. The University of Washington Huskies took game 1 of this best-of-5 match, 30-16 over the IPFW Mastodons. Look at the first game statistics, Mark.
Well, the statistics are amazing. There's only 1 hitting error out of Washington, 17 kills. We were 7 errors. We had a plus 12 point on us offensively, plus 2 on blocking. There's the 14 points we lost by. What's amazing is Tomasevic, 8 kills and 11 attempts. IPFW had 1 player hitting positive. That was Fabiana Sosa, 7 kills and 10 attempts. Everybody else was either 0 or negative.
IPFW definitely going to have to pick up their play here in game 2 if they have a chance. Huskies will open up game 2 with the serve. Left side, here's Howell. Nice up in the backcourt. Here's, and that's going to be a hitting error by Tomasevic.
No,
off the block. Nope, that's
Off
a
the
great
block.
shot. My eyes deceive me. Great shot there, tooling the block. Sanja Tomasevic. Bjorklund serving it up for the Huskies. Bankowski back set, So's out of the back line, off speed. Easy play there for Thompson. Tomasevic. Nice dig by Leffers. Left side, Howell. She's dug. Souza again out of the back line. Thompson. Tomasevic off speed, dink, score. Nicely done.
The
by
Washington coaching
Sanja.
staff was up at the top of the gym this afternoon we were playing, and I saw that happen time and time again, that the middle of the floor is open on a tip. So they did their homework.
2-0 Washington leading. Bjorklund continuing to serve. Nice pass there by Solberg out of the back line, Souza. She's dug in the backcourt, into the middle. Nice transition play there. 3-0 Huskies leading. The kill there by Darla Meyer. Jim McLaughlin's Huskies look sharp here early on. They were bitten. There's a service ace by Bjorklund. They were bitten by the perhaps snooze bug earlier against Middle Tennessee State. They came out a bit sluggish. against Ohio University this morning. They trailed early, managed to come back and win game one, and subsequently win in 4 games. Here they look sharp up 4-0. Nice off-speed shot there by Nicole Howe. Gets IPFW on the board here in game 2, 4-1.
It's really a pleasure to watch a well-coached team like in the blocking there. When they knew that ball was going out there, all 3 blockers went out.
Around the horn and out of bounds there by Meyer.
Wow, that's 2 hitting errors in the match. The coaching staff probably have a team in the gym all night for that.
IPFW down 2. Back into the middle, nice up by Mankowski. However, we're going to call a lift on that. Rod Rodriguez didn't like what he saw.
That was blocked by the post on that. Was that a little quick, Ryan?
That was a quick, yeah.
So far, I think in this tournament, the officials have done a good job of keeping themselves out of it and letting the kids play.
X-play, Howell, all 3 blockers there for the Huskies. No deception, easy block, 6-2. Well, earlier today when IPFW played Middle Tennessee State, they looked sharp in the first 2 games beating Middle Tennessee State. They dropped games 3 and games 4, a little bit of a letdown, but in game 5 they were able to power through with their serving, especially their serving game, to pull away handily 15-6 in the 5th set.
And we're up 8-1 when they traded sides, if I remember correctly.
And Fabiana Souza had a stellar match, 23 kills, 4 errors, and 52 attempts. She hit 37%. She was finding her offensive groove there. Tomasevic jams it off the hands. You can see why she was an all-conference honorable mention. Also, Darla Meyer a year ago was an all-conference honorable mention.
But Tomasevic has good ball control. She's a very smart hitter. She knows where to go given the block that's up in front of her.
Tight pass. Ball played over. Thompson back set. Leck. And Thompson's going to be called there for a lift. Point to IPFW. Huskies leading 7-4 here in game 2. Back to serve. Just checking into the game, number 14, Jenny Haslip. She'll serve it up for IPFW. Thompson into the middle, over the top and down. Again, Darla Meyer. 6'2" sophomore out of Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. And she'll go back to serve with her team leading by 4-8-4 here in game 2. Off the hands, Huskies in transition, left side. And we're in the violation being called on Solberg or Souza.
No, I think it was on Pollard, I think. I'm not sure.
Either way, point to Washington. Here's Pollard, and that's wide. Point to the Huskies, it's 10-4.
What I really liked about the Huskies is ball control and transition. They always have a transition offense, or nearly always. It's well executed. And it begins with the ball control when they handle the first ball. Here I am complimenting again what happens. Service error.
You're the perfect James. Keep talking about them. Gives IPFW perhaps a chance to get back in it. Here's Souza teeing off. What a dig by Thompson in the backcourt. Left side, Oh, look at that shot by Janelle Pollard. She got mixed up there with Lindy Bankowski on the left side.
She wasn't off the net to really make an approach, and it looked like there was a confusion as to which set was going to be delivered.
Gives IPFW a point. They trail by 4, 10-6. Solberg with the float serve. Tight set, Leck. Nice up, but unable to control Bankowski and Souza.
That's where it helps to be tall and have long arms in a play like that, doesn't it? You have so many more options.
IPFW down by 5. Here's Caitlin Leck, 6'1" junior out of Carson City, Nevada. Forces an overpass from IPFW and another point. It's now 12-6 for the Huskies, and Coach Kelly Hartley wants to talk to her girls at 12-6. We'll take a break and come back with more volleyball here on College 56 Sports.
Hi. I was wondering if you wanted to go out maybe or something, if you had time.
I can tell by your excitable behavior and verbal faux pas that you have generalized anxiety with paranoid tendencies. It would never work.
Okay, thanks.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Huskies 12, Mastodons 6 here in game 2. Huskies leading this best-of-5 match 1-0 and a service error by Caitlin Leck. A nice strategic timeout there by head coach Kelly Hartley. Now in her 5th season here at the helm for the IPFW Mastodons.
We were talking, Ryan, yesterday about the difference in passing. And I think that was an example there. We'll watch the next time Washington's in serve receive. They pass the ball high so they can run an offense. Our passes tend to be flat, which means they don't have a lot of arc to them.
Tomasevich passes that ball up. Haggerty. And Haggerty hits it long. Couple points back-to-back here for IPFW. They trail by 3 now, 12-9. Janelle Pollard back to serve. Well, if there's one area that IPFW needs to get better at and at least have a chance here at winning, and that in tonight's match is serving. Bankowski backs at Souza. Off the hands, nice soft block by Bjorklund. Here's Haggerty down the line and a kill.
Probably, Ryan, serving is the only part of the game where we can compete with them on an even level against this very good Washington team, where we're not taking advantage of that. We have to be more aggressive with it.
Here's a look at Bree Haggerty with the top spin. Perfect pass by Sarah Leffers. Down the line, in the block, Fabiana Souza. Great shot by her. She looks much more comfortable tonight than she did yesterday, Mark.
Absolutely. Whether it's something that we don't understand or maybe a long talk with Coach Hartley or one of the other coaches did it, I don't know.
591 kills a year ago. Here's an overpass. Brammer loses the joust. And a point there to Washington. I was going through the stats, and perhaps, Mark, you can help me out on this. The all-time record in a season for kills by IPFW. Who do you think it is?
Joni Smith.
I'll let you dwell on that for a little bit.
Joni Smith.
And that shot is wide. It's now 15-10. Sorry, you're incorrect. In a season, 618 kills, 1984, Canette Saylor for IPFW. 618 kills, the IPFW record holder. A year ago, Souza, 591.
Canette Saylor, I think, was a setter most of her career, wasn't she?
No, a hitter. She also has...
I'll find out about that. We'll ask one of the old-timers here. I thought she was a setter.
Well, don't ask me. I'm not an old-timer. Left side, Tomasevich. Over the top and down, 16-11 Huskies.
Well, I am an old-timer, but my memory's going, so I don't think I'm in any better shape than you.
A very impressive feat by Fabiana Souza a year ago. Probably on pace again this year, but depth for Kelly Hartley's crew, especially with Nicole Howell being able to play the outside position here early on due to the injury by Claire Jackson in the middle. Sweet cut shot, Tomasevich.
We got confused on the block there. Howell hit from the right side, but then went all the way over to block left. Brammer had to come out and cover the right side, and so we were not in good shape. And the Washington setter saw that and took advantage of it.
17-11 now, Huskies. Thompson serving for IPFW out of the back line. And that's going to be a hitting error for Souza. 18-11 now. Huskies leading.
The Huskies predicted to win the Pac-10, you know?
Tight set.
Where are they at in that preseason ranking? Do you have any idea, Ron?
I have no idea. I'm sure they're one of the odds-on favorite. A year ago, they amassed 20 victories, the most in 4 or 5 years at that program. Jim McLaughlin doing a nice job at the helm for the Huskies. That's certainly a very difficult conference to play in the Pac-10. Leck was dug in the middle. Brammer was blocked by Darla Meyer in the middle. The women of Troy, USC, defending national champions. They are ranked number 1 in the nation. Hawaii number 2, Florida 3, Stanford 4. And the women of Troy, they look impressive early on this season. April Ross and her women of Troy.
Well, USC's in the Pac-10, right? So then obviously they'll be predicted to win that, but I bet Washington will give them a good fight.
Stanford down to number 4, obviously the loss of Logan Tom there, but they still have a couple guns. Sogana Namani on the left side. They will be competitive. Hawaii and Florida as well in the top 4 in the country. Back set, Leck, and she overran that ball, hit that ball behind her head. That sailed long, point IPFW. They trail by 5, 19-14. It's not a runaway here in game 2, Mark. IPFW not playing particularly well, but they're only down 5 points here in Raleigh score.
There was a stretch. Well, that doesn't help. There was a stretch a few points ago where Washington made, I think, like 4 mistakes in a row. 2 service errors, a hitting error, and a passing error. And that gave us a chance to get back into this.
Souza in the middle, and that's a great shot. Again, 6 hands in the middle. Fabiana Souza paints the line. Point IPFW. Wow. 2015, Huskies leading. Kirsta Solberg, the senior, serving. Great block at the net by Souza. Bankowski goes up high. And that shot is long by Haggerty. Point IPFW, they're down 4.
That ball Bankowski hit, I'm not sure it was going to go over. When it broke the plane, she went after, which she should. She should be aggressive. But I think it would have fallen on the Washington side.
And a service ace by Solberg, and the IPFW Mastodons have crept to within 3 at 2017. Another good serve by Solberg. Free ball chance for IPFW to cut it to within 2. Pollard got it.
Well, that's serving, Ryan, as we talked about, that if we're going to get back into this, we have to do it with our serving, a very aggressive serving game.
Coach McLaughlin doesn't like what he sees. He wants to talk things over. Huskies leading the Dons by 2, 2018. Learn more about IPFW sports by tuning into the Mastodon Spotlight each Wednesday or Thursday evening on College 56. Host Mike Maas reviewing recent sports activities, looks at games footage, and visits with coaches and players. That's Mastodon Spotlight. Wednesdays at 11 o'clock, Thursdays at 7 o'clock, and Saturdays at 12 noon right here on College 56 Sports. In fact, we are honored, Mark,
Mike's
to
right,
have
right
Mike Maas right beside us.
Multi-talented man. He's holding up a ping pong paddle right now with the red color out. Tells the up official, don't start the match until he turns it to green. Most powerful man in the gym right now. Even the up official can't start the game until Mike says it's okay.
Mike has had a very busy summer season. Gathering stats, footage, players, coaches for the Mastodon Spotlight program.
He's in good form tonight. He has obligatory 2 hot dogs before we start. It's like Busy Dean always had to have 2 hot dogs before he broadcast a game. Old Biz must be Mike's hero.
IPFW on a nice little run here. They trail by 2, 2018. Kirsta Solberg, nice job at the line serving for IPFW, and another hitting error. This one by number 10 for Washington, Bree Haggerty, and IPFW now trails by 1. Great serving by Solberg. Short and deep, short and deep. Oh, great blast there by Haggerty. Some frustration on that swing. Back to a 2-point cushion. Caitlin Leck, the southpaw, 6'1" junior out of Carson City, Nevada. And that's a net violation.
And we're out of rotation.
An overlap is going to be called. And we had
it's on Souza.
And that's going to be a point to the Huskies. There was an incident earlier today, and I had a chance. And now mass confusion on the side of the Huskies. Leck is going to come out to serve. Because it was a violation on IPFW, she would have stayed to serve.
But she didn't know that.
So a quick substitution. And in comes number 8, Libba Lawrence, to serve in Leck's spot. Left side, Haggerty. Nice soft block by Bankowski. Sets left, Pollard tees off. Tomasevic is there. Little dink shot, IPFW goes and gets it. Deep rainbow scores for Souza. Point IPFW. Nicely done. (22-20). Late stages of game 2. The Huskies took game 1 from IPFW. Free ball here for the Huskies. Thompson into the middle and the put away. Number 13, Carla Bjorklund.
Another excellent ball handling play by Washington so they can run transition offense, a quick attack.
Haggerty goes back to serve for Washington. Bankowski out to Howell on the left side, over the top. It's poked up nicely by Candice Lee, the libero in white for University of Washington. Backslide, Souza. And that's out of bounds. She thought perhaps there was going to be a touch there, but that ball clipped the top of the tape and just trickled out of bounds. 24-20 now. Huskies with a 4-point lead. Nice pass, Solberg.
That's what we need.
Nice pass, great
nice
set,
pass.
Great put away. Souza on the backside, tooling the Husky block. Souza will go back to serve. Let's see if she'll go up with her jump serve or stay down. She's in jump serve posture, and she'll spin it up. Overpass. Oh, great pancake dig by Souza. Can IPFW turn here? Out of the back line. She got it. What a play by Fabiana Souza there. Able to get the spatula underneath for the dig and the termination.
Our coverage on block plays is much better tonight. We're picking those balls up and giving ourselves another chance.
The little things to help win. Souza, oh, she mishit that ball. She wanted to go back down the line. That ball rolled off of her pinky, and she knows it. She's going to have to shake that one off. She might see a set here by Bankowski, who's in the right front position. 25-22 Huskies. Serving is Bjorklund. Another jump serve, all jump serving on the side of Jim McLaughlin's purple crew.
I wonder if what we're seeing with the increased number of service errors now in Washington is fatigue. You know, they're traveling, they've come a couple of time zones away, they've playing for the third time in 2 days. They're jumpers, so their legs are going to get tired.
Tomasevic straight down, no answer for that. Here's the Solberg, floated past the block that time, one-on-one. Cross court, easy put away for number 21, Tomasevic. 26-23. Thompson spins it into the court, nice pass. Howell on the right side, nice dig by Lee. Off speed, smart shot, Sanja Tomasevic yet again. And Kelly Hartley wants to talk things over with a 4-point lead now for Washington at 27-23. What do you think Coach Hartley is telling her girls right now, Mark?
Well, actually they're playing well. They're playing with a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. They're making some mistakes, not a lot of mistakes. They just need to keep playing aggressively. And while Washington is in a stretch now where they're making some mistakes, take advantage of it. They got a 4-point deficit to make up, only a 3-point margin to do it in. So
Yeah,
they're going to have to be aggressive and go for broke.
Coach Hartley and her coaching crew of Steve Florio and Kevin Lane must be pleased with IPFW's performance. Much more energetic here tonight, very competitive against the 23rd ranked team in the country, the Huskies of Washington, trailing the match 1-0 and trailing here in game 2, 27-23.
Those two babies we just saw were the Ball grandchildren, right? Arnie and Sandy Ball have twin grandsons from daughter Amy and son-in-law Jamie, just born this summer.
Twins.
Twins, identical. They think they're identical.
They think they're, but they can't tell. They can't tell. I think
indicate they're identical.
I think my mom had that same problem when I was young with my twin brother. Nice jump serve, passed up perfectly by Leffers. Howell on the right side got a much-needed kill for IPFW. 3-point lead, Huskies. IPFW needs a stop. They need either a stuff block or a dig and transition point. Howell, a very good jump server. Let's see if she can get IPFW going. She spins it in. Service ace. In by 6 inches. Great jump spin serve.
That's what I meant about being aggressive and gambling, going for broke.
27-25. And the let cord, unkind to IPFW. That ball did not trickle over. Tough break for IPFW, 28-25. 3-point lead back up now as the Huskies. Best player, Sanja Tomasevic, will serve. She rips it. Back set, Solberg. And a smart shot by her going off the hand. IPFW now being successful on the right side of the floor instead of the left side. Is that strategy, you think?
Well, yeah, but also I think the set's coming farther out so we can come in at that angle and take advantage of the hands not being in the right position to turn the ball into the court.
Into the middle, Bankowski unable to control that dig. That was in her breadbasket. Unable to control it, she sank that into the crowd. 3 game points now for the Huskies. Serving is Darla Meyer, 29-26. IPFW must find the floor on this spike attempt. Easy float serve, perfect pass. Bankowski back set, down the line, and down the hatch goes Fabiana Souza. 29-27 in the front line now for IPFW, Bankowski, Souza, and Pollard. Haggerty is up front with Bjorklund in the middle. Leck is on the right side. Good serve for IPFW. Chance here to score. Backslide, Souza off the hands, got it. 29-28, IPFW within 1 mark.
Washington knows Souza's going to get the ball, but they still aren't able to stop her right now.
Who are you going to defend now if you're IPFW? Back set, Leck. Nice block by Pollard at the net. Another chance for a game. Leck off the hands, it's popped up. Bankowski goes and gets it. Is that going to get over? It is.
3 in a row to Leck.
And that ball by Leck was going out of bounds. Unfortunately, Kirsten Solberg unable to pop that up, and that is end of game 2. Washington 30, IPFW 28, in a hard-fought battle. As the crowd behind us gives IPFW a much-needed round of applause. IPFW coming up on the short end of the stick there in game 2. They trail the 23rd ranked team in the nation. 2-0. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more IPFW volleyball in just a moment. But first, stay tuned to College 56 for a special match intermission presentation. Spotlight on IPFW will look at some of the hidden treasures on our campus. Our spotlight today is shining brightly on the Center for Reptile and Amphibian Conservation and Management, directed by Professor Bruce Kingsbury.
This is something most people will never see.
This is a timber rattlesnake. This is our biggest poisonous snake, but it is also relatively uncommon, and it occurs in some of the forested hills of southern Indiana. This is a male, so this is a smallish male. They get quite a bit bigger than this.
Biology professor and herpetologist Bruce Kingsbury never outgrew his childhood love of creepy crawly things and has made the study of endangered reptiles and amphibians in the Midwest his career focus. That interest led him to want to start some sort of conservation center on campus. A discussion with Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs Susan Hanna resulted in him submitting a proposal for what is now one of several centers of excellence at IPFW, the Center for Reptile and Amphibian Conservation and Management, otherwise known as the HERP Center. The mission of the HERP Center is to promote the conservation and understanding of reptiles and amphibians through research, education, and outreach.
We conduct a variety of research projects on species that are endangered at some level in the Midwest, and a lot of times what we're doing is finding out about their basic ecology, what their habitat needs are, how they move around, what sort of impacts there are in terms of human activity, and then we work with agencies such as the Fish and Wildlife Service or the Department of Natural Resources to try to figure out what might be done a little bit differently to help protect those animals.
The main focus of the HERP Center's research is on endangered reptiles of the Midwest. Studies have been conducted on many species of turtles, frogs, toads, salamanders, and snakes. Today, we're focusing on the snakes. We've already seen a timber rattlesnake, which is generally found in south-central Indiana in the Bloomington area. Now it's time for another species of rattlesnake, the eastern Massasauga, which is found in northern Indiana.
Massasauga lives in wetlands which are kind of mucky and hard to walk through, and not that many people go out in them, and they're also rare, and so we don't see them very often. Even those of us who study them struggle to find them. We have a bias that benefits us in terms of finding them, that we use radio telemetry to track them around. This not only allows us to find the same animal over and over again for years at a time, it also leads us to other individuals. With a snake, we definitely have some problems. There isn't much of a neck, and in fact, if you did put something on the outside of the snake, they would have trouble crawling around because they are reliant on their slender body form to get around the way they do. And because of that, we place the transmitters internally in the snake. We actually do a surgical operation, and the antenna runs up underneath the skin, and when we're done, you can't tell that the transmitter's in there.
In addition to doing research on endangered species, the Herp Center also does projects which involve GIS, or Geographic Information Systems. GIS provides a computer-based multi-layered picture of an area of interest, which allows an investigator to examine how different spatial features interact. As an example, here's an aerial photograph of a specific area. Another layer shows the different kinds of habitat at the site, and the final layer shows the location of animals found there. Kingsbury says having this information on the computer helps researchers figure out what's going on across the landscape. One of the things the center is asked to track is pollution.
There's different kinds of pollution. There's point source pollution, and there's non-point source pollution. And what we're helping these agencies with is methods for visualizing the non-point source pollution.
What is non-point source solution?
That's pollution where you, like runoff from agricultural fields or something like that, where you don't have a pipe or something like that, where you can go there and say, yeah, this is where this pollutant is coming from. In fact, it's distributed across an entire watershed, and it's only by looking at the whole thing that you can actually see where the problem is.
The center also maintains a website at herpcenter.ipfw.edu, which is filled with educational and outreach information.
We as a public should care about wildlife and about doing what we can to protect it. And if we do the work to figure out how to protect things, we often find that it doesn't take that much of an effort on our part to protect these kinds of animals. Often it's just minor adjustments in terms of timing or in terms of land use, and that we can largely go about our business. A lot of people are afraid of snakes, and typically that's really unfounded. And it could be because of some experience that they had when they were younger. It could be because of some biblical implications of what snakes are or what they represent. And a lot of times it's because snakes are a little bit unpredictable and strange looking because they have no legs, and what is strange to us might also make us afraid. But most of the snakes, in fact, in terms of a count of snakes, I'd say almost all snakes are totally harmless, and that if anything they might bite you if you pick them up. But even that would be, I'd rather get a snake bite than a scraped knee or something like that. And with regard to the poisonous snakes, what we have found, and what others have found as well, is that these snakes are not aggressive, and in fact, unless you catch them out in the open, they'll do everything that they can to stay hidden. And you can stand next to them, you can step over them, you can even bump them, and they'll hold still and they'll just hope that you don't notice them. They're very intent on staying hidden, and they would rather just have you keep going the way you were going and not mess with you than vice versa.
And for Kingsbury, the best part will always be working with the creepy crawlies.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Don't miss Judy and Me, the ultimate Judy Garland cabaret tribute. From the trolley song to Over the Rainbow, audiences are absolutely dazzled by Rhonda Wood's uncanny resemblance to the legend known as Judy Garland. Live on stage at IPFW Williams Theater, September 13th at 8 p.m. and September 14th at 2 p.m. All seats are $10. For tickets, call 481-6555.
Every August, when most school systems or institutions begin their fall classes, there's at least one something new on campus. That holds true at Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne. This month on IPFW Up Close, we'll take a look at what's new and what's still to come. My guest will be Chancellor Michael Wartell, Vice Chancellor for Financial Affairs Walt Branson, and Physical Plant Director David Danielson. Join us Sundays at noon on College Cable Access Channel 56 for Up Close and find out what's new at IPFW.
University of Washington Huskies lead the IPFW Mastodons 2-0, but not without a fight being put up by IPFW there in the latter stages of Game 2.
It was quite a comeback after the timeout. What was it, 27-24?
Yes.
And they came back aggressively serving and actually were right in it. That last point, probably going to go out of bounds, but trying to play every ball, just unfortunately try to pass the ball that was heading out of bounds. But you can't fault the effort, can't fault the aggressiveness of the play.
Through 2 sets, some statistics, Mark.
Well, the 2 hitters that we've been talking about are still going quite strong. That's the way to start it out. Tomasevic is still without an error, 15 kills and 21 attempts, 71%. Fabiana Sosa has 15 kills and 25 attempts with 2 errors, 52%. So it's those 2 hitters going against each other.
Nice dig in the backcourt by Sosa, and the put away. Great transition by IPFW. They have definitely, Mark, used the momentum from Game 2 and carried it over here early in Game 3, leading 2-0.
And that's not easy to do after a 10-minute timeout. But the other hitter I want to mention, to finish this play here.
Played up, Howell, another chance to score. Sosa out of the back line. Played up by Haggerty. Chasing is Tomasevic. Bankowski back set to Solberg.
We've had great ball handling on transition. That's great. The other hitter I wanted to mention, Bree Haggerty from Defiance High School. She's 5-2 and 12, 5 kills, 2 errors in 12 attempts, 25%.
IPFW out to a quick 3-0 lead here in Game 3. Nice up, but unable to get is Solberg. Tomasevic restoring some order for the Huskies.
The only statistical category we're actually leading in is serving. We've had 2 aces, 5 errors, while Washington's had 4 aces, which sounds better, but they've had 8 errors. So that's in fact a +1 advantage for us.
Howell, sweet shot off the hands and down. Nicole Howell check her numbers. That is now her 7th kill in 19 attempts. She's back jump serving. She's got also an ace for the Mastodons. Nice up Bankowski, back line. Down ball for the Huskies. Smart tap down by Brammer, the overpass. Uncharacteristic error there on the part of Washington University, overpassing that free ball. It was Haggerty.
Well, plus they were stuck with a front row or a back row setter, so Brammer knew she just had to tap it down.
5-1 Mastodons. Nice serve by Howell. Another chance to score on the free ball. Oh, and miscommunication there.
But I think, Ryan, but I think what's been impressive about our defense so far is we're better positioned. We're in position to play the ball. So that 10-minute timeout, the coaching staff made some adjustments defensively, I'm sure, and so we're in a better position to play the ball.
Huge jump serve by Tomasevic. Tough ball here for IPFW to control. Free ball, Huskies in transition. Left side, and Haggerty is roofed at the net. Nice block by Brammer and Solberg. Checking into the line, Jenny Haslip. She'll go back to serve in place of Lindsey Brammer. 6-2 Dons leading in game 3. The Huskies took game 1 30-16.
I think that was our first block of the match.
Yes. And the Huskies took game 2 30-28. Another block at the net. Nice coverage by the Huskies, off speed. Bankowski sets Pollard on the left side. And that one is blocked. Leffer's unable to control. Nice block at the net by Meyer. IPFW playing inspired volleyball here in the finale of the 2003 IPFW Invitational. Souza, look out! Fabiana Souza energizing her team, and it's her play, Mark, energizing the Dons.
It's almost the reverse of game 1, where every mistake we made, Washington took advantage of. Now we're taking advantage of their mistakes.
7-4 now on that put away in the middle. Let's see how IPFW manages the lead. Something they've not been able to do the first 2 games of this match. Caitlin Lex serving for the Huskies. Perfect pass, Nicole Ray. And Pollard just missed the tip. That set a bit inside. She looked off balance on that attempt.
Yeah, I think that was a setting error, really. She was going into what we called last night the 32 play, and then she had to come in to play it. So I think that was probably a setting mistake.
Another hitting error, this one by Souza, no touch, indicated by Rod Rodriguez, the #1 official. 2 hitting errors back-to-back. The Huskies have crept to within 1. It's now 7-6 Mastodons. Nice serve, Caitlin Leck. Off-speed shot, Tomasevic is there. Haggerty off the hands, and Solberg got caught out of position, cheating to the right, deflected off the block, down to her left. And we're tied now 7-7.
I think if we don't side out here, we need to be close to a timeout situation. There's a mistimed attempt.
And a gift there by Leck, drilling it right in the middle of the net. Point and possession to IPFW. 8-7, Dons leading. Point per player rally score if you like. Nice short serve by Pollard. Off speed, down ball, dug up, Solberg into the middle, Souza. Going on 2.
Oh, excellent. When the setter can handle the ball like that, the second attempt, their second touch becomes the actual hitting attempt, and the defense is usually not ready for it.
Great shot by Fabiana Souza. She's in double digits in kills. Another great short serve by Pollard. But Haggerty too strong on the left side against Bankowski and Souza. She puts that one down. It's 9-8 IPFW here in game 3. Haggerty to jump serve. Perfect pass by Leffers. Off the hands. Tomasevic off speed. Nice up by the freshman Howell. Perfectly read. Tomasevic down the line. Nice up by Ray, the specialist. Tight set. In transition, here's Tomasevic. Another off speed. Backslide around the horn goes Souza. And Tomasevic is there.
what we've been doing here tonight, remember this afternoon as we walked out of the gym, I said we never want to handle that first softball with open hands. We want to bump pass it, but tonight we've been handling it with an open-handed pass.
Service error gives point in possession to IPFW. They lead 10-9. High level of volleyball here at the Gates Center this Saturday evening. We're glad you're with us here on College 56 Sports. I'm Ryan Pratt alongside Mark Franke. Great serve by Sosa into the middle, and that's going to be called a net violation.
Yeah, Lindsey Brammer.
Lindsey Brammer, 10-10. Coach Kelly Hartley screaming, that's the right idea, let her hit her out. Certainly must be pleased with their efforts. And that's going to be out of bounds. Certainly must be more pleased with the efforts of IPFW.
Yeah, and what Washington's doing right now is they're trying to come back on their serve. Leck served a nice series, and now Yorkland's back. They're doing the same thing.
Here comes Sosa out of the back line, and she got it. Nice put away by Fabiana Sosa. 11-11. Wendy Bankowski will go back to serve. Junior out of Temperance, Michigan. With the jump floater up the line on Tomasevic. And that's going to be her first hitting error of the night. Sanja Tomasevic.
We ought to stop the match, give the game ball to the blocker there, right?
Solberg going up against Tomasevic on the strong side.
They go right back.
Courtney goes right back to her.
Absolutely, that's what you need to do in a situation like that.
Smart set there by the freshman, Courtney Thompson. Going right back to her bread and butter. Number 21, all Pac-10 player for sure this year. Sanja Tomasevic. Perfect pass, Sarah Leffers. The passing nails for IPFW. Howell is dug. Tomasevic, and that ball's coming over. Back set is ugly, is right. Ooh, is right. Nice call by Rod Rodriguez. A mismangled ball there by number 11, Darla Meyer. 13-12, Don's leading. Free ball. Ooh, another.
Coach McLaughlin wanted a call on that. A mishandle on our end.
And he's up off the bench saying, hey,
call it both ways, right?
And timeout, of course, out in the Pac-10, you can only imagine that the hands are being called very, very tightly. Timeout being called. It's 14-12 IPFW. Let's take a break. We'll be back. More volleyball action in a moment.
Hi. I was wondering if you wanted to go out maybe or something, if you had time.
I can tell by your excitable behavior and verbal faux pas that you have generalized anxiety with paranoid tendencies. It would never work.
Okay, thanks.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Every August, when most school systems or institutions begin their fall classes, there's at least one something new on campus. That holds true at Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne. This month on IPFW Up Close, we'll take a look at what's new and what's still to come. My guest will be Chancellor Michael Wartell, Vice Chancellor for Financial Affairs Walt Branson, and Physical Plant Director David Danielson. Join us Sundays at noon on College Cable Access Channel 56 for Up Close and find out what's new at IPFW.
IPFW 14, Washington Huskies 12 here in Game 3. The Huskies lead the best of 5 match 2-0. IPFW playing inspired volleyball, energetic. They lost Game 2 30-28, but they took the momentum from Game 2. They've utilized it perfectly here in Game 3, jumping out to the lead. 14-13 now after that kill.
This may sound a little odd, but I think maybe we're playing a little bit too excited.
There's a shank pass going and getting it is Pollard. What a play by Leffers to get it over. Can they get a block? Leck out of bounds, hitting error. What a play by IPFW. Janelle Pollard, one hand coming into the media table. What a play by her. 15-13, Dons leading. Free ball, IPFW. Souza in transition, got it. Nicely done on the side of IPFW. 16-13.
A little confused on that. I'm not sure if they've changed something on their blocking, or maybe she was just late and got beat to that.
Thompson into the middle. Dug up IPFW. Getting opportunities to score points off speed. Janelle Pollard on 2. Nice coverage by Bankowski, and that's going to be called a lift. And Coach Hartley's up off the bench saying, "You got to be kidding me."
That's kind of a give back, let's say, an equalizer. So McLaughlin managed the officiating very well tonight when he complained on the last no call. He got one here.
With that point, it's now 16-14. Well, you're not going to fool the Huskies dumping on 2 like that from the floor. That's a mental breakdown on the part of IPFW. No way you're going to score by dumping the ball from the floor there. 16-15 Dons.
I've only seen one team ever be good at that. That was Lewis a number of years ago. They had a very short setter, and she could do that. It's so quick that it dropped.
Tight set. And that was a very questionable hand call, and Coach Hartley flying off the bench, not liking what she saw.
Ex-coach Tim Heflin's right behind us. We're going to pick him up on the
And here comes a yellow card by by Rod Rodriguez, rather.
And that was across the point.
Bill Thornburg, the bottom official, putting that in. It's 17-15. They have the posted score. A yellow card now on that service error now makes it 17-16. The rule now, obviously, the yellow card is a point. I wonder if they registered that up. At one time, a yellow card, if you bark too much at the official, it would be a warning. They changed that rule a couple of years ago. Yellow card, automatic point, but not a loss of possession. A red card point and loss of possession. It's 18-16 on that service error. The Dons leading by 2 here in game 3. Smart shot there by Bree Haggerty. 6'1" outside hitter from Defiance, Ohio.
Well, it seems to us family, and I don't know her, but she's playing well. There's got to be where it happens here, back near home.
Off the hand and down. Sweet shot by Fabiana Souza for IPFW. 2 local talents on the Husky roster, Carolyn Farney and Bree Haggerty.
We're interested to see whether Souza or Tomasiewicz arm falls off first. Both of them are awful out.
Souza off the tape. Nice pass by Tomasiewicz. And she tees off. Sanja Tomasiewicz. Obviously, I haven't seen a lot of the Huskies play this season, but she reminds me of Kostas Theodoridis. For those of you who follow collegiate men's volleyball, he was an outstanding outside hitter for the University of Hawaii. 2-time MVP. And Howell tees off down the line. Great shot by Nicole Howell. And Howell's developing into a very good outside hitter for IPFW. But Tomasiewicz reminds me of that player, Kostas Theodoridis from the University of Hawaii.
He just would keep going, like the Energizer Bunny.
And he was a smart player, too. Not only could he bring the heat, he was also smart on his shot attempts. Hitting error by the Huskies gives another point to IPFW. It's now 21-18. And Jim McLaughlin wants to talk things over with the troops of the Huskies. IPFW leading 21-18 here in game 3 after trailing 2-0. I got to tell this story, Mark. I've been meaning to tell it all night. In between games 2 and 3, Arnie Ball, head coach for the IPFW men's volleyball team, was honored for his great achievements over the course of this summer, coaching the United States World University Games team to a bronze medal in South Korea. Jim McLaughlin also has been a head coach for the World University Games team, I think in 91, 93, and 95. Of course, great accomplishments, and our praise goes out to head coach Arnie Ball for the tremendous job he did over the course of the summer. The Jim McLaughlin story, Jim McLaughlin, before coming to the University of Washington, where he has been now for the last 3 years. He was a head coach at Kansas State. Previously to that, he was assistant coach at Notre Dame. He coached the USC men's volleyball team, and you're going to probably know this as well. In 1990, in his first season at the helm of the University of Southern California, he took that team to the national championship. They beat Long Beach State in the finals in 4. He became only the second coach in his first year to win a national championship. Rod Wild be the other one at Pepperdine, as Tomasevic puts that ball away 21-19. The following year, USC, they were ranked #1. They had all the stars back. They had Dan Greenbaum back. They had Brian Ivey. I'm not sure if that was the year that they played IPFW in the Final Four.
That was the year they took us out in the semifinals of the Final Four and then got an upset by Long Beach the next night.
Long Beach were able to come back for redemption to win, but that's an amazing achievement in your first year to win a national championship at the collegiate level. And Jim McLaughlin did that in his first year at USC.
And that was an excellent team, too. We played them, I think, during the season as well. And was that year? That year or the next year was our first sellout in our gym against USC. We packed it 2,800 people. It's a great rivalry for a while. They usually got the upper hand on it, though.
Back to the action, a kill there by Kirsta Solberg, 22-20, IPFW leading here in Game 3.
That, by the way, the story was told, that was the first trip we ever made to the Final Four. That's out in Hawaii. It's an amazing experience to go.
Into the middle. Nice up by Souza. Bankowski. Here comes Howell out of the back line off speed. Thompson back set, and Tomasevic with another hitting error out of bounds. Point Dons, 23-20.
See if she gets the return set here.
Overpass coming, should be a point IPFW. Bankowski bat set. Sosberg is dug.
Yep, there it is.
Tomasevic down the line. Nice play by Howell. And they're going to call this ball down. What a shot by Souza to hit the top of the net. I thought that Meyer was able to get her hand underneath that ball to pop it up. Rod Rodriguez didn't think so. He's the only man that matters. 24-20 IPFW. Caitlin Leck checks back into the front line for number 19, Jessica Barris. Nicole Howell continuing to serve. This is IPFW's best scoring rotation. Leck with a perfect pass. Tomasevic off speed, got it. There's what I'm talking about, the array of shots she has as a hitter. Very smart.
She needed that kill because she was really starting to down herself. Watch her expression. We'll see how she serves here and see if she snapped out of it.
Coach Hartley working the gum. 24-21 service ace there by the leader, Sanja Tomasevic.
Just dropped off the edge of the table and across the net.
Let's see how IPFW handles this heavy, heavy jump serve by Tomasevic. Aaron pass off the net. Bankowski goes and gets it. Souza out of the back line. Nice dig by Thompson. Free ball, Dons. In transition, and Solberg is roofed.
We're seeing some fatigue taking effect, and I think that's part of Tomasevic's problem with hitting there, she said recently. Souza's hit the tape several times for the last attempts. That's usually an indication that jumping is high and that swinging as well.
2 points in a row by the Huskies. Pollard gets the kill. Needed kill for Janelle Pollard and the IPFW Mastodons. Restores some order, 25-23. Nicole Ray checks into the line for Lindsey Brammer. She'll serve.
This is critical now. Coaches always talk about getting to 25 and then continuing.
Tough serve by the Northside grad. Set left. Haggerty down the line, but a net violation is going to be called on number 6, Fabiana Souza. Number 8, rather, Kirsta Solberg.
That's our 5th net violation, I believe.
Either way, it results in a point in possession to the Huskies. 25-24, Dons leading. Pollard, high left side. Nice cover by Solberg. Oh, a little miscommunication there between Ray and Leffers. Transition. Sia. Great shot in the middle by Kara Bjorklund. And here comes the timeout by Kelly Hartley. 25 all. IPFW was up 24-21. The Huskies have managed to battle back and tie it here, 25-25. You can do more than just sit on the sidelines. Participate in the excitement of Mastodon athletics by joining the Royal Dons Club. The Royal Dons is IPFW's official athletic booster organization. Members enjoy priority seating at IPFW sporting events and visits by the coaches and food and refreshments in the hospitality room. For more information about the Royal Dons, call area code 260-481-6643 or write to Royal Dons Club, 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805, or go to our website, IPFW Athletics, ipfw.edu/athletics.
25 points, so critical, Ryan. It's amazing how many times a team will get to 25 with the lead and then lose it. It's, whether it's just a mental letdown, a subconscious one, or what. It is amazing how often it happens. I think that's probably why this timeout was so critical for IPFW.
IPFW needs to put a ball away. Souza gets that kill. Smart shot off the hands down the line. 26-25 IPFW. Kirsten Solberg, who's done a very nice job serving herself, is back for IPFW. Float serve is deep. Thompson backs at Leck. Off the hands, nice dig. Transition. And that's going to be four contact. Souza was early on that quick approach. Bankowski couldn't feed her the ball. Either it's a case of being too early or it's a case of the setter not getting the ball there quickly enough.
That was both. She was early and then Linda Bankowski needed to set it quickly.
Errant pass. Free ball. Great soft block by Souza. Haggerty takes a cut at it. Bankowski, ooh, tight. I was going to say that ball came out of the hands of Bankowski. Very ugly, and Coach Hartley wants to talk it out now as the Huskies have taken the lead, 27-26.
We had two straight timing problems there.
Both on the setter and the hitter.
The hitter was early, the setter didn't deliver the ball fast enough. I think that's kind of being over anxious. Especially happens as the match goes on, or a long rally goes on in transition. Hitters get earlier and earlier, they don't get off the net, and they get themselves into that too early situation.
If you'd like a replay of tonight's exciting volleyball match on Saturday, September the 20th at 7 o'clock p.m. right here on College 56 Sports, we'll have a rerun of this finale of the 2003 IPFW Invitational Tournament between the Huskies of Washington and the Mastodons of IPFW. That's Saturday, September the 20th at 7 o'clock p.m. right here on College 56 Sports. And we'll have a replay of the Ohio University IPFW match on Saturday, September the 13th at 7 o'clock p.m.
I'd recommend watching the Washington replay, not the Ohio.
It's a Saturday night. 27-26. IPFW trailing. Deep float serve. IPFW out of the back line. Solberg, she's blocked. Nice coverage play by Ray. Down the line, and that's out of bounds. No touch indicated by any of the line's people. Another point by the Huskies of Washington. It's 28-26.
That's the first close line call we've had all weekend.
And here again, the rotation. IPFW in trouble. Bankowski's in the front row. Pollard also up front with Souza. They set the left pin over the top, and the put away by Souza.
That's really all you can do there is just spread the offense. Take Souza to the pin. She's playing outside here last year, on the opposite side, so she can hit on the pin.
Haggerty with some thunder on the left side. It brings Washington to match points.
There's a misread block. Souza went up to the middle and set her wisely to the outside.
Danka Danikic will come in and serve in place of Bree Haggerty, who's just checked out. Danikic, also from Yugoslavia. 2 match points here for the Huskies. Howell will swing on the left side, off speed. Tomasevic in the front line. Thompson will set her. Covered up. Tomasevic again against Bankowski and Souza, off speed. Nice dig, Ray. Solberg keeps it going. In the middle. And that's it. Yorkland puts it away for the Huskies of Washington University.
I suppose it was appropriate that Washington get match point on a well-handled transition ball so they could run their quick offense.
A valiant effort by the Mastodons of IPFW, losing game 3, 30-27, and subsequently the match 3 games to none by the scores of 30-16, 30-28, and 30-27. Coach Hartley's crew will get together and get back to the drawing board, but a much better effort from the IPFW Mastodon players here tonight than it was earlier in the tournament.
The effort was good, and when Washington, I believe they tired is what really happened with Washington. They started to get tired and on the road, playing a lot. And as soon as they showed that chink in their armor, we took advantage of it. And I think Coach Hartley and the rest of the coaching staff have to be happy with that, and it's something they can build on as they move farther into their season.
And especially you'd think after the competition that we played, Ohio University, a very good MAC team, obviously the 23rd ranked team in the country, the Huskies of Washington coming in here. This is good playing experience for the IPFW Mastodons.
Oh, absolutely. Playing well against a team like Washington is good experience. Ohio, another good team, and coming back to win that 5th game against Middle Tennessee helps too. We've had a lot of 5-game matches, and it's nice to win. We won against Butler in the 5th game, against Middle Tennessee, here at home.
A week from now, IPFW will go to Cleveland State and play in that invitational tournament. That'll be the 12th and 13th of September. With that victory, the Huskies have captured the 2003 IPFW Invitational. Ohio University are the runners-up. IPFW finishing 3rd and Middle Tennessee State finishing 4th. Another bright note for IPFW has to be the play. A couple things. Obviously, they're improving in the passing department. And the stellar play on the left side by Nicole Howell.
Yeah, she was moved into the next 2 position and played well. That puts more pressure on a hitter, but a young hitter, a freshman, it puts an awful lot on her, but it didn't seem to bother her. We're going to try to get some stats here from our crack stats crew, and we'll let you know how it turned out. I'm really interested in seeing Tomasiewicz' final stats, as well as Fabiana Sosa's.
They're getting ready for the trophy presentation. Kelly Hartley standing at the trophy, ready to present Jim McLaughlin and his crew, the championship.
From Ohio University, Brianna Adamowski from Ohio University. Candace Lee from Washington University. And tournament MVP is Sonia Tomasiewicz from Washington University. The tournament champion is the Washington University Huskies.
A look at Coach Kelly Hartley presenting the captains of the University of Washington Huskies, Courtney Thompson and Sanja Tomasiewicz.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the IPFW Volleyball Invitational Championships.
After a
please drive home safely.
Fabiana Sosa, a bright spot for IPFW, picking up her game after perhaps a dismal and quiet game against Ohio University to start things off in this tournament. she was named to the all-tournament team. Obviously, good play by Nicole Howell as well on the left side, stepping in. And good play overall by IPFW, able to pick up their level to that of the Huskies.
Well, we know why Tomasovic was tournament MVP tonight. 23 kills and 41 attempts, 49%. Excellent hitting percentage. We were following Fabiana Sosa as well. 23 kills and 45 attempts, 36%. Another nice night. Nicole Howell, our freshman, 8-3-27. We also are watching Bree Haggerty from Defiance, 11-3-25, 32%. A nice performance out of her. What's interesting, Ryan, in the hitting percentages is that they deteriorated as the night went on, but that's the way volleyball is.
All right, we'll be back on Saturday, October the 4th, when Eastern Michigan comes in to take on the IPFW Mastodons. At this time, we'd like to thank the College 56 production crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, the IPFW Learning Resource Center, and especially the IPFW Office of University Relations and Communications for their contributions to this College 56 Sports telecast. This telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without expressed written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you enjoyed the second annual IPFW Invitational Tournament. For Mike Funky, I'm Ryan Prott. We'll see you Saturday.